Dox Cops, yes or no? Should it be legal? Hi, my name's Ross McLean. I'm former law enforcement close protection specialist for Billionaires, and I want to tell you about a new piece of legislation that's being pushed in California to dox ICE officers and certain law enforcement officers to prevent them from shielding their identities. This has been an issue for quite a period of time, and in many jurisdictions, officers are required to wear a badge number. Some places a badge number and their name. But here's the problem with that. The cops these days are dealing with guns and gangs, and some serious gangs, like there's serious gangs in California. In fact, recently, apparently, the Bloods and the Crips got together to go complain to the authorities about all the crazy Mexican cartel gangs that are causing havoc. Now, when the Bloods and the Crips are complaining, you know it's pretty violent. Well, how about the cops who volunteer to do that job? I'm going to tell you, it's very dangerous. Quite often now, I see cops doing public order units with all of the marches that are going on. Marches, many of them blatantly supporting terrorist organizations. And what happens? They actually have people walking up to the lines with their cameras, getting the copper's face, then going down, getting the badge number or the name, which I think is ridiculous. I posted before on my social media that they need to start taking the names off of the police uniforms for public order units because they're starting databases online. So guess what? Why are they doing that? Because they want to threaten the officers and their families in their homes or where they go to school or where they get medical care. They want to put fear and intimidate the officers that are doing the job to protect you. Now, this is ridiculous. What they need to have, police have it. They're going to be doing these ICE raids and doing things. They can wear identifying numbers, alphanumeric, show you some examples here. And then you can, under the right rule of law, they certainly have to identify themselves. The identities can be found out if something happens. Every officer is responsible for their use of force on people, and they have to explain it and defend it in a court of law. And when that comes up, you'll certainly know who the identity of the officer is, but there may still be publication ban on the names for that. I think we're past the time of the old school about worrying about the cops and complaints that come out against them. You can find out who they are. You can lay your complaint. The cops are responsible for it. They have to be legally. They're officers. It's gotten to the point that even the head of ICE, Tom Hormer, the head of ICE, has come out and said, if you dox our officers, we're going to deal with you.
Yeah, the assaults on ICE officers are high. The doxing of ICE officers are at an all-time high. And people always complain, some of you here say, why they're wearing masks? So they're trying to protect themselves and their families. They got a dangerous job to do, and they're being doxed every day across this country. I've experienced myself 100 times, but I'm willing to take that because of the position I hold. And we're not running a popularity contest. We're trying to enforce the laws enacted by Congress, doing it in a smart, effective way. So yeah, the results are up, but it won't be tolerated. We've already shown you put a hands on an ICE officer, you can be prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. So we're not playing with that with any threats against ICE officers. Doxing, we're going to look at doxing. We're going to take action on that also.
So I ask you, Gavin Newsome, who's out there, apparently order is going on his desk. Are you going to sign this order? Are you going to side with the cartels and the MS-13s in a way that they can threaten, dox the officers that are trying to do the job to protect the homeland? It's a good question. And police chiefs out there, I ask that you look at this, and police associations, look at this and considering taking the names off of the uniforms of the officers, replace it with a number, some other identifiable way of doing it. Because these officers do not deserve to be threatened in their home. They know what they're doing. They're cops. They're big people. But you don't want to threaten their families. And I tell you, if you do, there's some pretty tough cops out there that are going to be dealing with you. But we don't need to get to that. Get rid of these ridiculous, for evil, against law and order laws forcing cops to have their faces and their names doxed. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the opinions below. This is Ross McLean from the McLean Chronicles, former law enforcement bodyguard to Billionaires. Thanks for following. If you like the information on my channel, please subscribe and follow, and I will see you next video.